you mind if I sit down? Indiana was a long shot, and I could use another round. I don't mean to be too bold. No, it's not at all like me. But when you're making your way home, would you like some company? 'Cause I'm tired of sleeping on my own. And I've such a long way to go. And you remind me of...
This rack is a real tester, and you can probably see my level of concentration before it started. And I think Shirley was talking to me. I'm not really sure, but I think she got a little insulted and walked away because I wasn't hearing a word she said. But she's new to pool. She'll figure it out. People take this as rude, and it's really not me being rude, but really just focusing. It's underestimated how much concentration pool takes. And you really don't want to be talking to any player while he's studying the rack or she is studying the rack. Number one, they're not going to hear you. And number two, it's bad pool etiquette. You just don't do it. But you got to give a break to people who've not been around the game for long and just accept it, and they'll figure it out on their own. No matter which set of balls we choose here, you're going to work for this run out. And I made one of each on the breaks, so there's 6 solids and 6 stripes on the table, and then we have the 8 ball, of course. And this issue I need to address. From the camera view, you can't tell what ball's behind the 12 ball, but it's the 15 ball. And it's gonna look like those balls are dead. The 15 in the side and the 12 in the corner, but they're not dead. It just looks that way just because of the camera angle. So let's take a look at that first, because I am taking the stripes, and this is going to be probably the main issue on the table. There is a space between those balls, and you could cut the 12 in order to make the 15 in the side, but that's a super dangerous shot. And you're going to send the 12 up the table, and you can have an idea of where it's going to end up, but you're really gambling here, and you're cutting a 12 ball loose, and there's no guarantee. On the other side of the coin, you could cut the 15 to make the 12, but then it's the same issue. You're going to send the 15 back into this stack of balls, and now you're just gambling because you're not going to be able to control that ball. And all of this was being heavily thought about before I shot my first ball here. And, you can legitimately say, well, it's pool, there's no guarantee of anything. And you're right, but you have to stay in control of the game. This game is all about control, and if you're just going to take chances like this, you're going to wind up on the outside of the bracket more times than you want to. And beside all that, I think I'm seeing a better way. My first shot's going to be on the 9 ball with the bridge, and it's going to be a difficult shot within itself because I need to get around this 7 ball and stay as close to the rail, the left-hand side rail, as I can. Because if we look at the line on the 10, the agenda is to get on the right-hand side of the 11 ball in order to go in to that cluster and still have a shot on the 14 ball. So when you shoot the 9 ball, you could come off that rail a little bit and get an angle on the 10 to get back to the right-hand side of the table, but now you're contending with that 4 ball getting in the game, and you don't want to do that. So I want to shoot the 10 and go up table to the short rail and get right on this 11 ball and take care of that whole cluster just by hitting the 15 ball and securing a shot on the 14 to get back on the 15 to get on the 12 and then go down to the bottom rail and bounce off for the 8 ball. You with me? That's the plan. But plans often fail and good intentions pave the way to hell. Yeah, all that freaky stuff. I got a little longer than I wanted to on the 11 ball, and maybe that was the cause of this, but I shot the cue ball too hard. And when you're drawing a ball at an angle off the object ball, it doesn't just go straight across, it actually goes past the object ball. And the harder you hit it, the further past the object ball it goes, and it's still spinning backwards. But it takes a split second to gain enough traction to go where you intended it to go. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. I wound up nicking the 2 ball, and that sends it to the bottom of the table where it hit the 3 ball, and the 2 ball just wound up near the rail. The cue ball wound up over here. So neither one of those straight balls were hit. Now that 15 ball still does not go past the 1 ball, and neither does that 12 ball. So the only object ball we can shoot at is the 14, and this time I'm swinging at that cluster again and trying to move it because I simply do not want to go 2 rails and shoot an off-angle combination. I'll avoid combinations at all costs, and especially when they're off-angle. So we're trying again, and this time it's pretty much do or die, and I did hit the 1 ball, which goes into the 8 ball, but I managed to hit the heart of that cluster, and this is how we wind up. Although the bottom right-hand corner pocket is now blocked, the left-hand corner pocket is still wide open, and all I have to do is shoot the 12 and get behind the 15 for a shot in the right-hand side pocket and roll up a little bit for an easy shot on the 8 ball. What do you say we go check it all out? Thank you guys for joining us. I hope everyone's doing well, and have a great Sunday. I wish I could say have a great weekend. Hell, have a great year. Peace, man.
Indiana was a long shot, and I could use another round. I don't mean to be too bold. No, it's not at all like me. But when you're making your way home, would you like some company? 'Cause oh, I'm tired of sleeping on my own, and oh, I've such a long way to go. And you remind me of somebody I know. Can I stay with you? Whiskey eyelids weigh me down some. When a smoke-filled talk comes too close, and it's these moments where my mind runs from the emptiness of open roads, and oh,